There's a call this morning for business taxes to be overhauled.
Yeah, MPs say the change is needed to help save the high street. Steph can tell us more.
Yes, morning to you both. It's something that businesses talk to me a lot about, is the rates that they have to pay to run their business. Good morning, everyone. Yes, business rates are a tax on commercial property, so the bigger the value of your premises, the bigger the rate you pay. Now, last week we heard the former boss of Tesco, Sir Terry Leahy, say it's not fair and needs to be radically changed. And today, a committee of MPs is saying the same.
The government really needs, if it's serious about saving the high street, to have a wholesale review of the business rate in order to encourage small shopkeepers to move into the high street.
Well, with me now is Mark Rigby from CVS. It's a firm which helps get savings on business rates. Good morning to you, Mark. Just explain why people are unhappy about business rates.
Well, what we've seen over the last 4 years is the level of business rates rise with inflation. And so, consequently, over the last 4 years, business rates have increased by nearly 16%. And that's at a time when the economy has not performed as strongly. And, consequently, business rates as a cost of business is a significant and increasing burden.
We've heard lots of ideas about what should be done with it, including the British Retail Consortium saying it shouldn't be linked to rateable value, it should be linked to energy that the businesses use. There's lots of different ideas. What would businesses overall prefer, do you think?
They want a system that they can understand, that's transparent and is fair. The problem with the current system is that it's an assessed tax, and businesses that have to pay that tax find it difficult to understand the basis upon which that bill has been calculated. What we find is that there is enormous mileage for challenging the level of business rates, and you can be quite successful in reducing the level of business rates you have to pay.
Regionally, it can be different in the sense of local authorities can have their own business rate deals, and that can make a difference, can't it?
It can. Local authorities, in terms of trying to pump prime local economies, can apply discretionary reliefs. That is certainly very, very helpful. But in terms of going forward for the future, the government has announced a review of business rates and wants to see change implemented. So it's recognised there are some shortcomings with the current system that do need to be addressed.
Isn't it the case that businesses will always be unhappy about taxes they have to pay?
I certainly don't like paying taxes, and businesses are no different. And I think the important thing, though, is when you're paying that tax, that you understand the base upon which it's being calculated, that it's fair, it's transparent, and it's consistent.
And what then do you think would be a system that they would deem as fair overall?
Something that based on the current system, is a property tax. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's broken. It's been with us something like 400 years now. And I think there are improvements that can be made in terms of more regular revaluation of property, for example, giving businesses the opportunity to challenge business rates because of a local change in circumstances, and thereby tie in the level of business rates that they pay to local market conditions.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens, Mark. Well, thank you very much for your time this morning. That's it for me for now.